Naomi would probably wake up, kind of like shoot off a text to Heavy Step and just be like, still on for today?
You get a text back pretty quickly. I mean, yeah, absolutely. That's what we agreed to today, isn't it? Not thinking of backing out on me yet, are you?
Just making sure you still have the energy to keep up. Puts a little X on the end of it.
Well, you are breathtaking, but I'm okay to keep going.
Naomi is genuinely going back and forth between this persona of Neon that's just like, I'm so suave and confident and I'm so flirty, everything's great. And then there's just Naomi that just turns over and just screaming into the pillow.
I don't know how to handle this.
But eventually we'll just like get up, go to head out, I guess.
She's really trying not to think about the seer, but she is a lot, especially because she hasn't told anyone what's going on with the seer, and she just told 3 people about it, and speaking it out loud made it very real. And so she's already, I think she spent a good chunk of the night searching for schools to transfer to see, like, for the next semester, and hope that, she's like, it's only been a week, how is this already happening?
And as you're just sitting there doing some more research, it's probably about later afternoon, almost the evening time, when the vision hits.
I would go back to the gadget lab.
Are you trying to work on anything?
Yeah, I'm trying to finish the gadget that I was making for Naomi.
And as you like finish it, there's a TV in the lab. Late, starting to get to early evening, late afternoon.
Okay.
There's a TV in the lab, probably playing like some background noise, and that's when the emergency broadcast starts.
PSM is gonna do what PSM does best when they don't want to deal with any of their emotions, and they're gonna go scale a high building again.
And you hear your phone go off. Pull out the cracked screen. And you see a text from Camilla. Hey, had a lot of fun last night. We should try it again sometime.
We'll probably wait a few minutes before replying to seem cool and like they're busy.
Yeah.
I would hit reply back with, sounds fun.
You send it and you kind of like put your phone down in a way so you don't dwell on it. And you go back to looking and you look over the city. And you see part of the Knox district begin streaming out. And you make your way to the sparring arena. She's there already, kind of like resting against the wall. Hey, about time you got here. Come on, let's spar, and then maybe I'll take you out to eat or something, you know? Refill the calories we burned.
Plan on burning a bunch of them today?
And just what are you insinuating, Miss Neon?
Sparring, obviously.
Yeah, sparring.
What are you insinuating?
Take me out to dinner and maybe you'll find out.
Guess I will. Okay. You ready?
Always ready.
I'm just gonna start the sparring.
As she's running forward, slower than you, obviously. But her steps almost seem to make the ground shift and shake from side to side with the reverberations throughout everything. You go in, give a few light shocks. I don't think Naomi's going all out. And you see that she's able to take a bit more of your power than most other people. And she goes through, slams a foot into the ground, but you are easily like dancing all around her attacks, to and fro. She even reaches out with a hand, and you see the air almost vibrate and shift in front of her hand.
Obviously, Heavy Step has the strength advantage, so it's like, okay, use their own strength against them. Like, try and get them to, like, be on the defensive as much as possible. Try to be, like, avoiding things as much as possible. It's not even, like, engaging directly, and then just every now and then going in and just wear her down, pretty much.
And it, like, makes almost this beautiful dance, your fight. Neither of you are going for, like, lethal or even, like, competitive blows at this point. It's more of just moving to and fro, bodies getting close together as you whip around, dodge and duck, until finally she's like leaning against the wall, panting, like, okay, I give.
Definitely just like zips up next to her. It's like, oh, I think you could keep up with me.
That's bullshit. No, that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. No. If we did like an arm wrestling match, you'd be saying the same thing. It's some bullshit. All right. As she walks off, the side of the building caves in, and out from it you see a massive hulking kaiju running forward directly for Heavy Step. What do you do?
What the fuck? Holy shit, what the fuck? What the fuck? I yell, like, look out, and then I want to blast this thing to send it. I'm trying to get its attention. And, like, either, like, try and get it away from Heavy Step or just trying to get its attention on me.
As the lightning and the light coalesce in your hands and you unleash it forward in a panic, it shoots through the kaiju almost with a purple glow.
Oh, fuck.
Around it, and it shoots through the kaiju into Heavy Step.
No, what the fuck? What the fuck?
The lightning arc seeking out any kind of source, and it hits her, and she screams in pain and collapses to the floor, having already been worn out by the sparring session.
No.
And that's when the shadows begin to almost coalesce around the edges of your vision, and you see figures of people that you're scared of hurting. You see your teammates. You see all of them with similar burns that Astra had from your abilities. You see them saying, "Why, Naomi? Why? Why would you do this? Why?"
I just look at the wall. I'm like, "What? What's happening? You're not really here. This isn't real. This can't be real. No, this isn't." It's just like freaking out. Just like, are they between me and Heavy Step? I want to see if I can try to get past them to get to Heavy Step. I would like to disperse into light if I can to try and get past them in like not a physical form.
Yeah, you managed to rematerialize on the other side of Heavy Step. You reach down to try to pick her up.
Yeah, I want to check her condition. I want to check.
Go to like check pulse and everything, and your hand passes right through a purple illusion.
No.
You feel a hand on your shoulder and a pair of fingers on the chip on the back of your neck.
I'm swiping. I'm immediately trying to swipe at the hand.
You have their arm in your hand.
I want to like turn around and like look at them if I can. I want to get a look at this person.
You see that figure in black from the security footage.
Who the hell are you?
And their voice comes out modulated. Looks like we're at an impasse. Why don't you just go back to your dorm and this can all be over?
You didn't answer my question, actually.
Why would I answer that, Naomi?
You don't know me.
I do know you. I know that you're best friends with Piper.
Stop it.
Oh, the fact
Stop it.
That,
what do you want?
She's Cyrus's apprentice. Go back to your dorm, and no one has to do anything.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
Yeah, and if I don't leave here alive, my associate will send out a message to the media outlets.
Saying what?
Oh, just who all of you are. PSIM, Astra. In fact, they'll probably tell the seer where Astra is.
So you're not the seer then? We're getting somewhere.
Oh, no.
Why don't you just go ahead and tell me who you are and what the hell you want?
I want a lot of things. Like you to go back to your dorm.
What have you done with her?
Go back to your dorm, and you'll know. You'll have to let me go.
Fuck. Naomi's pissed. I don't want to listen to this motherfucker. I want to try and shock him and knock him out if I can.
So it doesn't knock them out, but it does cause them to kind of... And you see the lightning and electricity and light burn up their arm. They're not going to be able to hide in the civilian form. after something like that.
You think I'm just gonna leave here and go back to my dorm room like a good little doggy? Then you don't know anything about me at all.
I hope that Heavy Step stays alive in that case, because she could really need you right now. So it's either stay here and fight with me, or go find her. Because I'll give you a little hint. You were out a lot longer than you think you were. And you quickly look down to your watch, and it's an hour later than what you thought it was supposed to be. All you gotta do is just let me go.
Given that I've basically marked them now, I think. Yeah. Naima's taking off. Naima's going.
You see a tall, masculine figure, clothed in black and yellow. He steps forward wearing this modified gas mask, standing in front of the statue of Nox, with 4 people tied to the statue. Astra, you recognize your sister, Sophie. Piper, you know that's Colin. PSIM, you see those familiar goth boots of Camilla. And Naomi, well, it's pretty easy to know who they have for you. Pangea, I'm someone most of you don't know, but you may call me Revan. It's been quite some time since you've had a proper villainous attack, hasn't it? Your heroes have made sure of that, putting down us villains like the dogs we are in their eyes. Forget it if we come from unfortunate backgrounds, seeking any means we can to provide for our families, for ourselves. One wrong move, and we are locked away forever. Even killed if we're unfortunate to cross paths with certain heroes. You see a video of the seer standing over a villain, beaten and bloodied, bleeding out on the ground, having gone too far. You can thank the seer's precious ex-protege for providing us with that footage. The poor girl is just scared to death over her old teacher, and for good reason too, if you can't see. Speaking of those young heroes, she's got a little friend that's responsible for, well, the hole in the Sunset District. And they've even got one of my kind. Villainous scum of Violet Vex, is that right? And the other one, Bright Light. I don't know, who really cares at this point? She's just along for the ride, isn't she? This is who our future is in the hands for. Here next to me are a group of people that I think you care about deeply. Get here in the next hour. Why, you ask? He pulls a gun from the side of his things and shoots a bullet into Camilla's leg. Your precious little friend might bleed out if you don't. Oh, and if any of the other heroes arrive before you do, I'll put a bullet into everyone else before I go out. And you would see Apollo racing on his bike towards the group. Mm-hmm. Exactly who I was waiting for. I knew he would come if I had both of you here.
Powers.
I'm taking my glasses off and I'm putting them on Astra's face because she has nothing right now. And can I snap my staff together and directly engage threat?
You manage to thwack him, inflicting the angry condition. Like, just a solid crack across the jaw. And he lets out, you're gonna regret that in a second. And he pulls
Not
out,
as much as you're gonna regret this. Yeah.
You reach up,
can
smack
rip his
him,
mask off.
and you, manage to smack him across the face, cracking the gas mask, and it pulls down, hanging off his neck. Piper and Astra, you see a familiar face. You see the support course teacher, Professor Wenzek, who's not supposed to have any abilities.
Motherfucker.
He points this weapon, technology, something, and a sickly beam of green light goes out and impacts in the middle of Apollo's chest. And you see him kind of like and fall off the bike, tumbling forward. You see the light starting to dim, and you see it starting to grow around Professor Wanzak.
Lightbright screams no, which I won't do because headphones.
Thank you.
Well, it's just going down. Pisum is gonna teleport probably next to Camilla and is probably putting pressure on the wound.
So, who is that? Who is that?
Violet Vex. Violet Vex is gonna try what they find the most natural, which is trying to teleport away with them.
You don't know if it's just the stress of trying to take someone else, the emotional weight that's kind of falling upon you, or what, but your powers fizzle and they don't work, and you're sitting there, you're trying and nothing. You just kind of smile briefly up at you. It's like, go on, help them. They're gonna need you. And she reaches up and like puts a hand on like your cheek here, and you'd feel a little bit of confidence flow into your body that you know isn't yours.
I have an idea. But okay, I need to charge up my powers. And then I would like to snatch the device.
And you feel that power start to drain into you.
Oh, how do I turn it off?
But as it does, you can kind of almost feel that connection to Seer begin to fade. As it almost seems Apollo's powers are almost kind of canceling yours out. You have a choice here.
Oh.
You can either continue to drain Apollo's powers and be free of the Seer, be free of your fate, be free of your doom, or you can cut the connection.
Astra, not wish granter right now, because she left everything back there, turns back and sees her sister, sees all the chaos, and she does not know Apollo, but she does know that if she did this, then her fate's sealed. And that would be the wrong thing to do. And she's not support.
Mm-hmm.
She's a hero. And it takes a lot out of her, but she stops the device. In fact, if she could break it, I would love to do that.
Yeah, you need to break
Slams
this
it to
thing.
the ground.
If you overload your powers, you can break this. And by overload, I mean mark all of your doom signs.
Astra standing right there is probably her most vulnerable ever, because she's not hiding under the helmet. She doesn't have her jacket on that covers like the bandages and the scars. Her sister's right there. It's just pure emotion. Like everything, her powers, vitality absorption, memory manipulation, psychic constructs. It just creates this immense vitriol sphere around her of power that is just going into this device to stop it. And definitely there's like a great yell that comes out of her because it's taking so much of her powers. In the yell, there's grief in it too, because she's sealing her fate. It is terror, grief, anger, and justice going into this.
And you watch as that pink energy kind of coalesces and invades into this machineries until it... But you see it drain back into Apollo, but not what was already in Professor Wanzak. He looks up, and with like a hopeless, angry scream, he goes, No, that wasn't supposed to happen.
And I would like to use my moment of truth on Revan.
So what happens?
I think watching what happened to Apollo, that is the person who believes more in her than she believes in herself. And then see Wish Granter make the choice to use her powers to help. And seeing Violet Vex trying to wrap up Camilla's leg, and just everything happen. And I think, as opposed to the way that Lightbright can be sometimes in a fight, which is a little bit frantic, I think this is the calmest she's ever been. She looks up at him and goes, "You're going to regret everything you just did." And I'm gonna click my heels together to activate my boots. And I think she's knocking him back with her staff. and then splits it into the two eskrima sticks and continues to just blow after blow after blow. And I think you just watch Lightbright kind of lose it. And the whole time she's doing this, she's going, you could have been better. You were supposed to be better. You were supposed to teach, and you were supposed to help. This is not what was supposed to happen. And then she's gonna jump into the air and do a front flip, and her foot's gonna come directly on his head and knock him down to the ground.
Very important question to ask. Is it lethal?
No.
He slumps to the ground, and for a second, for a heartbeat, everyone's looking with bated breath before you see his chest rise and fall. Rise and fall, just unconscious. Knocked out, but beaten. And it's quiet. Unnaturally quiet.
This is what you could have been. You don't have to have powers to prove everybody wrong.
Piper, as you're looking down upon him, beaten, unconscious, a very important question to ask. Do you see yourself when you look down at Professor Wenzak? Of what you could be if everything went wrong?
100%.
Oh gosh. Looking at Camilla, does it seem like the ambulance has time to get to Camilla before something terrible happens?
You don't know.
Do I know of any teleporters nearby?
I mean, you know yourself. You
Isn't
know that
PSM also
PSM
right
might.
there?
Well,
PSM might be able to.
It's
But
so
you for
far
sure.
away.
You for sure could.
Okay.
It just means marking
Yep.
another doom track.
And I can only do it one more time.
That would be your last one.
That would be my last one. I think just taking this all in, I think Astra's very overwhelmed, but also goes like into tunnel vision mode
Mm-hmm.
and knows that she can help. And if she doesn't, and something happens to Camilla, then she's never going to forgive herself.
At this
And so-
point, I think you would also see that your sister has gotten the bag off of her head. Looking confused.
Oh, she's about to get a lot more confused because what she's going to see is her little sister run over and take Camilla's hand and disappear.
And you go to the nearest hospital, right?
I was going to go to the sanctuary, which has
Going to the sanctuary.
the
Hmm.
life-saving healing equipment.
And you know what using the sanctuary does, right?
Huh? Now that my doom sign is marked, I don't know how we're gonna do this, but I can mark my doom track to ignore one of the GM stated requirements when you call upon the resources of your sanctuary. However,
It's the
what
same.
we've been doing is marking my doom track.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Mark your final doom sign.
There
As
we go.
Camilla sits back and you see the healing energy flow into her leg. And you know she's coming. You know it's inevitable. You've expended so much energy that it is like a beacon.
I don't think that you should be here much longer, if possible.
Why?
The fight's gonna show up here in a way very soon.
Alright, I'm not fully done, but... And she kind of like stands up and limps a little bit on her leg, but it seems to... Even the brief time with it seems to have saved her life. And she marches through the portal, limps through.
And then as soon as she's through, then I will go back to the group.
Almost as soon as that happens, you get a little alert on your phone. Someone entering in through the sanctuary.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I feel like I should have just stayed and faced that.
You all see Astra appear through one of those portals again. And looking at Astra, you can almost feel a sense of energy from her as she sits there with the full range of her abilities unlocked, but also any second from meeting her doom. Your sister kind of looks up. Astra,
Hi. Are you okay?
shut up, come here. And she like wraps her arms around your neck.
It takes her a minute, but she'll hug her back very, very tightly, and then she'll say in her ear, "You have to go now."
No, I have so much to ask you.
No, I can't.
You have a lot to explain.
Hey, GM. Can I unleash my powers on her and use memory manipulation to make her forget she's going on a nice walk in the city and got a little turned around?
Getting ready for a surprise vacation she planned for Jonathan.
Can I take a scrap of cloth and can I tie it around Astra's here, so like a mask?
Yeah.
To kind of help with the memory manipulation of that's not actually her.
Yeah. You see her eyes glaze over and she kind of shakes her head like, "Oh, I have to go finish getting ready for me and Jonathan. Sorry, miss." And she pushes past you and goes home.
I'm just gonna put a hand on Astra's shoulder and go, "I know how important a secret identity is."
I don't even care about that. She just had to leave, and she wasn't gonna leave without me.
Why did she have to leave?
The seer's coming.
Now that Camilla's gone and like kind of having that like seeing how everything kind of like went to shit, but also Peacem didn't help at all. They're gonna teleport away.
Where's Violet Vex? Where?
You all look around for the first time and notice Peacem's gone.
Yeah.
That can't be good.
Where are they?
Probably like sitting in like their childhood bedroom, and like at like the houses. There's nobody around. It's just broken down.
This is old abandoned home. And what does Peacem's room look like?
Ooh, it's
I think we see a few like tiny little footprints on the walls where you were first learning how to teleport.
There's like the little height markers on the wall too, with like the different like ages of like, oh, they were this tall. I imagine some like childhood pictures of like Violet Vex like as a hero.
You would feel your phone vibrate.
Would probably give it a minute or two for getting it. And then seeing Piper's message, Lightbright's message. Probably gonna reply, y'all are capable enough without me.
I text back and go, prove to them that you're not the villain they all think you are. Come back and help, please.
The seer's coming.
Now, right now?
I don't know how she got all the way to California within a moment.
Okay, let's get all of the civilians and everything out of the way. We have to get Apollo out of here. He's not in good shape.
I can move. I can move. It just, where should we go? Where should I go?
You should stay here. You're not doing this alone.
Absolutely not. You've got us here. Tell us what to do.
Wait, you think it's that easy to get rid of us?
It is just the four of you. Astra, roll to take a powerful blow. As something blurs past all of you, grabs you by the neck, and slams you into the wall. As you're looking into that familiar mask. The one that haunts your nightmares and dreams. She reaches up and tears it away, and you see the face of a beautiful woman. Or what would be beautiful if it wasn't for the way her face twisted in anger and in rage. I finally found you, you pathetic little minx.
You're a great GM, Jay.
Yeah.
I'll cry. No, we're not doing this at the start of the session.
Actually,
No.
yes, we are.
We are.
Let's do this
And you
right
know what,
now.
Jay? You're the best.
Dear lies. I'm the editor-in-chief, so I say we move on.
Can I argue that because I have influence over Naomi, and I'm specifically trying to make this for her, because if I have influence over someone, I can take a +1 to all moves targeting them. And I'm trying to make this specifically for her.
Fucking lawyering my ass. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Turning into me.
That's a
over
7
here.
then.
Turning into me. Okay. What is Naomi's
Do you-
answer?
Do you honestly think Jace will?
Naomi's already answered that. Naomi's answer was screw that reality, substitute it with your own.